Hey everybody, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Dawn.
And we thought we would tell you about a new game that we picked up at Gen Con this year, which is Nyctophobia, made by Pandasaurus Games. I really enjoyed this game. We played it for the first time just the other night, a group of 4 of us, and it plays up to 5. It's 3 to 5, and that's because it's everyone versus one person. The hunted versus the hunter. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. There's a couple of things that I thought were not great. There's a lot of stuff that I thought was wonderful, and we're going to tell you our thoughts.
So the basic overview is that the hunted are a group of folks who are on a road trip that has gone awry. You have gotten lost in the forest away from your car, and you are either being hunted by an axe murderer or by a mage. And you have to find your way through this forest to the car, call for help, and then survive one round after you've called for help.
Let's go ahead and talk about one of the other things that you might be hunted by, and this is also my one complaint with the game, so let's get the complaint out of the way early. It turns out that there's a Target exclusive version of this game where there's just the vampire in that one. But to be honest, I'm a little bit bothered by that because at least, you know, I stood in line and I got the game. I was really excited about it. All of the material leading up to it, even the intro video that you can still go find online, it's a woman with vampire teeth. I was expecting a vampire game, and I didn't get told that that was only at Target. And it wasn't available at Gen Con, and I just didn't know. And so I guess that bothers me a little bit that I bought something not knowing what it was. Sure, maybe I could have done a little bit more research. The other thing that we think is kind of bothersome about that is the card, right?
Yeah, so the player cards have the different actions that you can take, and it mentions something about the familiar, so I would have rather seen them print 2 separate cards if they are going to have 2 different versions of the game, just so that it's not confusing, because we spent several minutes pouring back through the rulebook to see, like, did I miss something? Why is this on the card but not in the rulebook? Or even if they had just mentioned, like, hey, if you want to play with the familiar vampire scenario, this can be found at Target. If that had even been mentioned in the book. Or
just one piece of paper on the top when you opened it up. But, I mean, just, it's my opinion, Pandasaurus, if you're going to make an exclusive line, that's really, really cool. Print 2 different types of cards.
Yeah. That
is my only complaint. My only complaint about this game. I really did love it. I know a couple of you have said, oh, Ryan always is the one that says the things he doesn't like. Sorry. But it's the only thing I don't like about this game. I absolutely love it. Go out, buy it. Apparently buy 2 copies.
So one thing we should probably cover is this is a game that you play. The players are blind. You wear these blackout glasses so that you can't see the board. And you have to move around the board and search for things using touch. Hi, puppy.
Puppy tail.
Different pieces have different, woods are cut out plastic pieces. So you can feel your way around.
And it's all very clear. You know what it is immediately as soon as you touch them.
Yeah, so the hunter is the one person who can see, and you help the players. So the active player, when it's their turn, they hold their hand out. So I would guide their finger to their piece, and they would be able to then feel around. And then when it got around to the hunter's turn, I played the hunter. And there are some basic rules for how the hunter moves, how it interacts, but you have 2 cards in your hand that you get to pick one of those cards to play, and that gives you a verbal prompt. So I like that there was the verbal aspect on the cards that gave a nice prompt to encourage the role play, and then also having the movement broken down into the noise, if there's a noise token or not noise token, and getting to pick which card. It gave you 2 options, so there were definite times where one option was clearly the better option for kind of where everybody was, and I felt like it made the hunter a little less predictable, because there were a couple times that you guys, after we got done, they were like, how did you move that far? I was like, I had a card that specifically allowed me to.
And I think that that's an important thing about this game that is a strength for it is, you know, there's a lot of different types of players, but I think a general camp for board game players are the people that really love the mechanics, and if there's a strategy involved, that's what they focus on. Playing the game, playing the rules of the game, versus other people who just want to play the game, want to get involved in the storytelling and sort of the role play aspect. Now, I love the role play aspect and going that direction. The other night when we played it, we were playing with two folks that really liked the strategy, down to the point where our friend Brad, he was breaking down like, okay, well, there's this many spaces on every side, and so there's this many dots in the forest, and was really breaking it down by a grid. Now, that's not maybe my favorite way to play, but it was really helpful. Whereas, you know, I was trying to just sort of go this direction, and I was a boxer, and I didn't care if I ran into the hunter because I can fight him off, and blah, 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 blah. And the game accommodated both play styles.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was really neat. I took a look at some of the mage cards. Now, I think that one's a really fun one. The mage card really lets you adjust the physical reality of the game more. You can move trees, you can move players, you can even rotate the board so the cardinal directions are now different places. And to me, that seems really cool. I want to play this game again and really like turn the lights down low and let the hunter, which the next time we play, I'm going to be the hunter, so Dawn can put the glasses on, but play it with a flashlight and really buy into the creepy supernatural aspect of the game.
I also like that each player only had 2 health, so that really upped the urgency of, because we had 2 players that ran into the hunter and got injured, and when one player has no more health, the hunter wins.
Yeah. If one person dies, the game's over.
So once, especially there were 2 of you, and the other player had called for help, but it was that like, can we make it through this final round? There was a nice sense of that suspenseful, like, are we going to make it? Is this going to happen?
Yeah.
And for me, as playing as the hunter, it would have been fun to win, but it was also fun for the players to win because it was a little bit more collaborative. It felt kind of like when I'm GMing, where it's kind of like, it is fun sometimes when my monster that I'm playing gets a really good hit, but ultimately it's kind of more the experience. The design of the pieces are really simple, but it seemed to be very clear what the pieces were, how you could tell the difference between them just by touch. And they seem to, every now and then they stuck in the board a little bit, but that might also be just wearing in a little.
And as a player, since I was one of the ones that was feeling around for it, yeah, no, it's great. They're all these smooth little barrels, but then on the top there's either a slit or a triangle or a cross or a dot or something like that, so that you can feel the difference between the pieces as you go.
Yeah.
And all the pieces are really sturdy. It's a well-made game.
It is.
Maybe the board that everything goes in feels a little thin.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're going to wear it out or anything like that. You know, maybe the plastic could be a little heavier.
Yeah, I think I actually a lot of times had to hold the board while the players were feeling around, just because it was lightweight enough that it slid quite a bit. You could easily remedy that by just putting like some sticky tack down. Or that allows you to shift it to the players if you have a large table and not everybody's going to easily be able to reach the board.
So that's Nyctophobia by Pandasaurus Games. We really enjoy it. There's a couple of versions that are out there that you can choose from, and absolutely highly suggest picking that one up.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We make videos here every Tuesday and Thursday, but you can hit the bell if you want to be notified every time we have a video for bonus videos. I want to give a special thanks to all of our patrons, especially Sean, Joan, Arvi, Lainey, and Bryce. If you're interested in helping support us, help us make more review videos, go to more conventions, check out more stuff, and take you folks along, you can head over to patreon.com/rollforinitiative and check out our perks.
If you've played Nyctophobia or any of the other Pandasaurus games, let us know what you think down in the comments below. If you've designed any of your own woods or forests for it, find a way of uploading that. That would be really cool. And we will see you next time on Roll for Initiative.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, puppy.
Puppy tail. We forgot to put her in her room.